Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Maritza and we do a little bit of light reading over here. Today we are doing a mid-year book tag. Now I have all my books up here stacked up. I removed way too much off of my shelves. Let's get started. First question is the top 5 books of 2025 so far. For me, my top reads are Mary Jane by Jessica Blau. This book was such a surprise, but such a good surprise. I absolutely loved it, and I feel like it's not talked about enough. Then we have The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. That shocks no one. I have shed tears. I shed an ocean reading this book, and I don't think this story will ever leave me. I mean, that's all I can say. You can't even describe it because go into this blindly, completely. Next, and to no shocker at all, Redeeming Six. I have definitely talked about these books way too much. If you follow me on TikTok, I feel like every other TikTok I make is about the Boys of Tommen. Saving Six completely broke my heart, and Redeeming Six kept breaking it, and then little by little, it put it back together. Another not surprising book, Kingdom of Ash. Did you think I was gonna make a video and not add this? Wild. I will never forget this story. I couldn't get this story out of my head if I tried. And I have tried because I'm in a lot of pain not being able to read this and have already finished the story. I have tried everything to just have something to top this. And Boys of Tommen came close. But I love this book. This whole series. Honestly, if you have not read this, run. Do it as soon as you can. Last but not least, Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. I thought it was going to be a fun, silly little time. A lot deeper than I thought. Like my heart, my corazón. I absolutely devoured this. I believe I read this in less than a day because I was glued to this book. Question 2. New releases I want to read but haven't yet. I have 2 on my physical TBR that I've just been dying to read. Why have I not picked them up? God knows why. The one that's been on there the longest is Phantom by H.D. Carlton. I love me some H.D. Carlton. Anything that woman writes, I will read, devour, and love. No questions asked. Shocking to me that I still haven't read this. It came out earlier this year, maybe like 4 months ago, and I still have not touched it. Criminal. I am a criminal. And next is a fairly new release. It is Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. The hype around this is insane. I have heard everyone and their literal moms talking about this book, and I got FOMO. So I went and bought it, and I still haven't touched it. And it's been 2 weeks, and summer's coming to an end, so I need to get on this. I'll quite literally bully me in the comments to read this, because what am I doing? Plus, look at how beautiful it is. Question 3. Newest fictional crush. Y'all wait for this one. Mr. Gus Ryder? That is my man. We're talking single dad. We're talking grumpy. We're talking cowboy. I love him. I love him from the moment that I met him in Dun and Dusted. I have loved this man, and I fear it will never go away. Question 4. Most anticipated releases for the second half of the year. Now, I'm really bad with new releases. I don't tend to seek them out. I just kind of see them when they're actually like released. I don't have a lot. I only have 2. I'll talk about my most anticipated one first, which is Soul Searching by Lila Sage. I absolutely love her, and I love her writing, and it just sounds so interesting. It's literally small town. They have ghosts. I believe it's still like Western. It's a Western, like ghost story-ish romance. What else could I ask for? Really? So I'm so excited for that. I also have sent millions of emails to be like, hey, like I'll ARC read it. Like, you want to send that over to me? Still no reply. So you best believe I already have it pre-ordered and saved, and I'm waiting patiently. actually very impatiently. And then my next one is The Dead Husband's Cookbook. It just sounds so interesting. From the summary that I saw, we're pretty much following Maria, whose husband disappears, and now years later, she's going to make a memoir. Reading that, it's giving a little bit of like The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo plus like dark thriller vibes. So I'm so excited for that. Question number 5. Favorite new author? That has to be the one and only Lila Sage. This is the first year that I've read anything by her. She ate on these cowboy romances. After seeing her in person and meeting her, anything she puts out, I'm immediately going to pre-order and read. Okay, I will read her grocery list. And then also honorable mention, Chloe Walsh. That woman has made me cry more in this past couple months than I have ever cried in my entire life. That may be a lie. I am actually very much of a crybaby. I love her and I love the woman's writing, and her characters are just beautiful. Like, her characters will always be in my corazon, in my heart, and right here, always. Question 6. Authors you've read for the first time this year. Now, I have quite a little bit because I feel like I've read a lot of new authors this year. So we're just gonna list them out. Jennifer Hartman. Her book, absolutely loved. Jessica Blau. Same thing. I feel like she's underrated and I'm so excited to get into other books that she may have. Next, Christina Lauren, my friend. I have maybe 3 of her books and these have been sitting on my shelf for way too long. She's amazing. She's hilarious. Next, Hannah Bonham Young. You guys complain about the accidental pregnancy so much so that you guys had me out here thinking it was true. Now, Miss Hannah Bonham Young proved all of y'all wrong. She completely ate with this one. Now, this is my first and only pregnancy trope. So, next, I'm telling you, I read a lot of new authors. Amy Oliveira. This will come back a little bit later, so I'm just gonna leave it at that for now. Question 7. Least favorite reads of this year. Y'all, please don't get mad at me, please. Let's start off with Tampa. Me and her don't vibe. I think I have it over here. Tampa. Me and her, we're not good. And I fear we will never be. I completely understand what the author was trying to do. I want to put that very loud and clear. I get it. I understand it. I respect it. However, it was gross through and through. There was not a moment in this book where I was like having a good time. I was always having a bad time. And once again, I understand that that's what the author was trying to do. She was trying to make you uncomfortable. She was trying to show there's not only just male pedophiles and that there is also women pedos, right? I get it. I understand it. I read to have fun. This was not fun. This, bad time. Bad time. And it was gross. I felt gross. I felt like every time I needed to read this, I needed to take a shower and scrub my brain with Laura. So me and her, not a good time. Not a good time at all. Another book that I didn't have a good time with, and you guys, once again, please, this is my opinion. Please don't hate me. But Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. I can acknowledge that it was not a bad book, but it just didn't hit the mark. The way that it was marketed as this like kinky, romantic, smutty book. While it was smutty, there was no kink. I felt like the main character of the book was a side character, which make sense. Now, this was my first time reading Ali Hazelwood, and I'm praying that I love her other books because, kid you not, I have like 5 of them. I'm really hoping that this was just one miss. I'm very, I don't want to say particular, but when it comes to kink as a dark romance girly, like, I wasn't kink. No, it wasn't. And then last, Yellow Face by R. Vaughn. This one was such a big disappointment because I was so excited for this. And it just didn't hit like I wanted it to hit. I understand the messaging behind it. When I see reviews on books, do I still think about this? Because it kind of does leave like a lasting little effect or tidbit in your brain where you can like never go back to thinking the way you thought before this book. Yes, but once again, I read for enjoyment and I feel like it was a little bit lackluster. I feel like the twist wasn't really like anything great and I just feel like it was boring a little bit halfway through. Question 8. Books I've DNF'd this year. I have quite literally DNF'd one book. I am really bad at DNFing books. I feel like if I'm there, might as well just stick it through. But for this book in particular, I just feel like I couldn't do it anymore. Once again, this is my opinion. Please, please be nice to me. I'm like scared to say it. The Song of Achilles. I did not, in fact, enjoy that. I do think that some of the problem was me listening to it on audio. I think it just got too jumbled, too messed up in my brain too fast. I understood the story and I grasped it and I could envision some of what the audiobook was saying, but there was just parts where I honestly, I just didn't care anymore. I wasn't even paying attention anymore and I didn't care. Plus, while I was looking up some fan art, I did get it completely spoiled. So I was like, I don't really care. I don't know if maybe if I would have read it physically, that would have been different. I feel like I went into it with too high of an expectation per what everybody was saying online. I didn't meet that. Question 9, most memorable character. This has to go to the one and only Manon Blackbeak. I love that woman. I don't think that there's a day that I'm not thinking about her. A, and B, that I don't want to be her, and C, that I feel like maybe Sarah J Maas needs to come out with a book for her and Dorian, because like I feel like things were a little left unfinished there. Don't you agree? Continuing. Question 10, most beautiful book you've gotten all year. I have 3 to show off. My first one is Between the Pines by Amber Palmer. This stunning. Look at that. The back. Are you serious? Even the spine is so cute. This is the probably smut box edition to it, and it's just, I feel like, beautiful. Then we do have Fairytale. This is the out of print version of Fairytale. Something about this cover just scratches my brain in the right way. You know what I mean? I don't know. I love it. Like, I think it's so beautiful. Now, do I wish I had the other one? There's like not an anime version, but like one with like cartoon characters, and that one's stunning, but I can't find it anywhere. And last, The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. This woman knows how to make a cover. This woman, her books are always beautiful. Look at that. It literally looks like a work of art. Look. Beautiful. She does great. Question 11. Book series I want to finish this year. I think the series that speaks out the most, Boys of Tommen. I think I only have 2 books left in the series before it's current, and then we're just waiting for a new release. Another series that I read last year that I literally almost finished and then just dropped, which crazy of me. The Devil's Night series by Penelope Douglas. I believe I'm on their first novella. I think I have 2 novellas and a book left, and that's something that I also would love to finish this year. Question 12. Books you surprisingly love. Boy, do I have a stack for you guys. First, The Final Rose by Amy Oliveira. I told you guys it would come back. This very much so surprised me. I don't think that I read a lot of contemporary romance. She did so well. We are literally following a season of The Bachelor, except The Bachelor does not fall in love with the contestants, and I feel like that's all I can say. This was so good. It was making me giggle. I was kicking my feet. I loved the MMC, and it's reverse Grumpy Sunshine. So she's the grumpy one and he's the sunshine. I absolutely loved it. He is such a golden retriever boy. Next is Fahrenheit 451. This was a little bit slow to start with, a little bit to kind of grasp what was going on to the full extent, because the writing, I feel like, is a little bit older, but I loved it. Rise that I loved it as much as I did for it being a classic. I am a stupid little girl. I do not read for information. I read for fun. It's nice to see that I could do both. Kind of read things that make my mind think, but also have a great time. And then I do have 2 more, and that is The Tenant by Frida McFadden. I feel like I heard a lot of discourse on this, people saying that they just didn't like it. I can't agree with that. This was very good. Kept me on my toes the entire time. I never knew where this was going. Not once did I think that I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. I know where this is. No, my mind was all over the place reading this book. And last but not least, Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. Like I said before, you guys dog on accidental pregnancy trope. And as someone who's never read it, I just always believed y'all. Not anymore. Miss Hannah Bonham Young did so good on this, not only incorporating accidental pregnancy trope done beautifully. They also have a limb difference, her having a smaller hand that was underdeveloped and him not having a leg, and I love that aspect that they could bond over that. I don't know, I just loved it a lot. Question 13. Books you've read this year that were so good you would reread. I'm definitely going to have to give this to The Boys of Tommen, because boy oh boy have they stolen my heart and ran with it. This is definitely a series that I feel like I will revisit over and over and over and over again, because they have literally my entire heart. And last but not least, question number 14. Do you think you'll reach your reading goal, and or are you going to change it? I currently have my reading goal set up to 60 books. I have successfully completed 35 of those books. I don't think that I'm going to change my reading goal, but I'm very excited to see if I can surpass it. Right now, Goodreads says that I'm 3 books over. I'm really hoping I can pass that goal. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you guys for sticking around and doing this little mid-year book tag with me. Comment down below any answers that you guys may have. I would love to know. And if you're not already, make sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, bye!